This we used to make ginger root is a particular ginger drink that we have made where it's basically like pineapple juice and ginger, real strong ginger. We introduced a lot of that to the community a long time ago. Back here where our offices are, we got a banquet hall back, a conference room back there. So sometimes we're doing smaller classes or we having a meeting like this, we'll go into the conference room. We got a conference room in about 4 different offices. You got that? Bathroom.
How long this building been here?
Shoot, the building?
Yeah.
Long time. How I can tell you. This was Nasik Ram's office. So the prince that was from here, they got a shower in here, a bathroom in the office, his player. So my partner, y'all got a king now. This is his office now. Yeah. So these are our princes. Okay, so then the Nasi Hashalom, the Prince of Peace, who we would refer to as the anointed Messiah, HaMashiach Ben Ami. Messiah in Hebrew, Mashiach, was not a spooky thing. It's one of the things in the Israelite world that we gotta really, this is one of the things we're gonna have to really come to consensus of. When you really understand Hebraic culture, a Messiah is not something spooky.
Not
there
a
were
demigod.
3 offices.
Right.
There's 3 offices that you would call Mashiach. That would be the high priest was a Mashiach.
Kohen Gadol.
Okay, that would be a prophet would be a Mashiach. And then the king was a Mashiach. It wasn't spooky. So everywhere you see the word anointed in English, it was Mashiach. Somebody who's anointed was a Mashiach. It wasn't a spooky term. But when we mix the Christian doctrine, this is why we stay away from terms like Christ and things like that, because it's Greco-Roman spirit that's also mixed in there. So we refer to everything in the Hebrew, because if the Messiah was here and he was fighting against the Greeks and the Romans, who was acculturation, what we're about to teach on tomorrow, what we want to use their language to identify with him. That wouldn't make too much sense. So why wouldn't we use Hebraic terminology? He was the Mashiach. He was the anointed, a Messiah. So that's, understanding that a Mashiach would be a continuous thing. Yah said that I will always have an anointed in your midst. There will always be somebody that's anointed in the mix. You understand? Mm-hmm. And so Nasi Keskiyahu right here, he was the first one. We call him the scout. He was the first one in Israel. We was in Liberia. We went to Liberia first to shed ourselves. That's where that humbling process went. We went from being in big cities of Chicago and Liberia in the bush with Sears and Roebuck's tents that was supposed to be waterproof. As soon as that water came, all them tents. Our babies started dying of diseases, snake bites, babies falling in the wells. Out of the 300 people that left, 150 of them said, no, I can't do this, and went back to America. 150 of them end up making it into the land of Israel. We call those our pioneers. The first one we sent him a year earlier was Nasi Keskiyahu. He just made transition a couple of years ago. He's the lion. We call him the lion. But Nasi Keskiyahu, he went into Israel. He got citizenship. He started playing the guitar and started performing, started getting in. They gave him, we looked up, they gave him an apartment, couple of apartments, and then we started moving people in slowly but surely. And then that's when they changed the law from being where as long as you observed, the holy days, as long as you observed the holy days and you identified yourself as, someone who believes in Yah, that you could get citizenship, where they changed it and said, oh, you got to have a Jewish mother. They changed that when we start coming in and grows numbers. So Nasik Keskiyahu, Nasik Rachamim, Nasik Aharon, Nasik Ram, that's the prince of the south who established all of what you're seeing right now. Okay, Nasik Elchanan, Nasik Shaliach. He was the one who really is responsible for most of our doctrine. He the one who had that Afrocentric mind first. He understood Hebraic principles. He was a teacher in Chicago by the name of Prophet L.A. Bryant first. He got a lot of books. I got one of his books right here in my bag. He was the main inspiration for a lot of our doctrine. That was one of his first books, Know Thyself, by L.A. Bryant, also known as Prince Dr. Shaliach ben Yehuda. But he had so much respect. You talking about how you was traveling through Jordan and stuff? Nasik Shaliach, my Abba was blessed to be able to, travel the land with him. My Abba was also security for Ben Ami for when he would come out here, and also in Israel too. And that's my father, so my Abba. So Nasik Shaliach was about 6'4", big man. But when he would go in Israel, bro, wherever he going in Israel, they would be at his feet on the ground like this, bro. That's how much power. He just had power like that. They knew who he was, and they respected him. Wherever he would go in the land of Israel, he knew. Oh, this is where this happened. He could show you all of that. So this is Nasik Gabriel, who now his name is Nasik Gabriel. This is Jehoiakim's grandfather. He was the best friend of Ben Ami, and so he knew he was older than Ben Ami. He knew Ben Ami. They knew each other since they was 12 years old, and we call him the Prince of Love. And Nasik Gabriel, he is the one who renamed me. My birth name was Tori. Tori in Hebrew means my turn. But he renamed me to Yorai, which means Yah's instructions. Yah is instructing me, Yah is guiding me, and Yah is teaching me. So that's Nasik Gabriel. This is Nasik Emmanuel. He's kind of functioning as at the head of our holy council of all the princes right now. Out of DC, he was a journalist that joined the nation back in the 80s. Nasik Aharon, okay? And the one that is missing from up here is Nasik Asiel, Prince Asiel, okay? This was the holy ambassador who, again, is responsible for the many souls that came into the kingdom. And great servant. So, only one that's still alive is Nasik Gabriel. He's still alive. Everybody else made. No, I'm sorry, Nasik Ram. Nasik Ram is still alive. Nasik Gabriel is still alive. No, and Nasik Aharon is still alive. Nasik Rachamim transitioned a couple years ago. Nasik Keskiyahu transitioned a couple years ago. Nasik Elchanan a couple years ago. Nasik Aharon been gone for a little while. I mean, this is Nasik Abba. He transitioned quite a while ago. But so maybe 3 people that's still alive right now. And Nasik Shaliach, he transitioned back in 2000 and I think early 2000 sometime. He made transition.
Slick guys, so when you say Nasik Ram, you talking about the Prince of the South that was over this actual Knesset here?
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, that's him in the second to last one. Yep. So when we have our classes and things like this is what we teach from. So I taught the Yom Kippur closeout message, from right here. So we had a chair set up and, back probably 10, 15 years ago, this was packed. Just our weekly classes.